Hi, I am Lauren and I am taking the recovery challenge, which is pretty much just I want to share with you a little bit about my recovery. I'm Lauren. I'm an alcoholic and an addict that is in long-term recovery. I have been sober since January of 2008. I don't do as well with this video stuff than I do typing. I'm a little bit better at typing, so bear with me. I guess I just really want to talk about kind of what helps keep me sober and in recovery. And I would have to say the biggest thing for me that keeps me sober and in recovery is you guys. And what I mean by that is the fact that I out myself in a way keeps me accountable. If I kept this part of me a dirty little secret, then I think that's where it would stay. And it would be a lot easier for me to end up at a bar or at a doctor's office begging for pills. So the fact that the more people that know that I'm in recovery is the more people that hold me accountable and will be like, what's that girl doing at the bar? Like, ain't she not supposed to be drinking? Anyway, like that's it. It's a big piece for me. The other thing is I I take care of myself very, very differently than I used to. The the family model in our house is one of my husband and I each take care of ourselves as individuals. I call it the airplane model. We take care of ourselves as individuals first, as meaning I take care of my needs first, he takes care of his needs first, we take care of each other as a couple second, and our children come third. And then everything outside of that comes next. I call it the airplane model because it's the put your own mask on first, because you cannot help other people until you are good. And that's where that comes from, and we follow that pretty solidly. Now that also means that sometimes we kind of have to, like, hey, did you forget about me? Like, we each kind of have to do that to each other, and so it's like a little bit of a checks and balances kind of thing. I'm very, very blessed to be with someone who is also in recovery. I mean, it comes with its pluses and minuses, but it's a lifestyle we have, and we both have different approaches to it. He has kind of one approach and I have another approach, but in general, it's the same thing. We're both very, we come together in this, and it's a huge part of both of our lives, and we talk about it frequently, and it's just a part of who we are. We talk to a lot of other people about it frequently. We like, for us, I think more so me, because I have a blog, and it's so important for me to make this, for people to just be more aware. I think so many people are just kind of like, that girl's an alcoholic? Yeah, I am, and God willing, I won't ever drink or pop a pill ever again. I think a lot of people that know me now have just, oh, thank goodness they didn't know me then. And the people that were in my life then and are in my life now, that comparison is really pretty crazy. There's just not a lot of similarities there. It was almost like I was just this shell with a whole bunch of craziness inside that just really had no concept of how to live a good life and just be a good person. And I really oh, believe me, I make a lot of mistakes and I screw some shit up royally, but I really truly just try and be a good person every single day of my life. And that's recovery to me. It's making good choices and trying to do the best that you can so you just don't feel like shit. And when you don't feel like shit, you don't need to get away from yourself. If that makes any sense. So that's what I have to try and do every day. I have to try and do things that I feel good about, and a lot of that is talking to people and making people, hopefully getting people to understand that this isn't just about, like, there's so many people living with and struggling with alcoholism and addiction on so many levels, and I think the view of what an alcoholic and an addict looks like is still very skewed in a lot of people's minds. It's not what I look like for the most part, I would say. And I think we make a lot of comparisons that just aren't accurate. There's so many people fighting this battle and afraid to get help. I am so blessed to St. Joe's Addiction Rehab Facility in Saranac Lake, New York. Like, that place gave me a life back. Like, literally 70 days of going, you're really kind of screwing this up. We're gonna kind of give you an idea of how you can live life, like maybe a little bit better. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. I needed that time out of my life for people to be like, hey, yeah, it's not really working for you. Maybe you could try this. And I listened. I went, ooh, yeah, I'm kind of not doing that. And it took me a while, but it's about holding yourself accountable and just kind of being able to look at yourself and go, wow, I'm really kind of screwing up here. And I try and do that every single day of my life. Just say, here's my role in what's going on in my life. If things aren't going well, there's no way that all of that can be on somebody else. I play a role in that. I always play a role in what's happening in my life. So that's kind of what recovery is about to me. So in honor of Recovery Month being September, even though I'm not very good, like I said, at videos, they make me a little uncomfortable and squirrely, but I thought this is important. This is important to me, and I need to do this. So thank you so much for anyone who has ever reached out to me, and I'm so grateful for this life that I have, and an awesome husband, and I don't tell him that enough, and he's really fabulous, and 3 awesome kids that fight all the time. But you know what, like, that's life, and even when they're fighting and I feel like, oh my God, there are days that I say, I can't believe I don't drink. I can't believe I don't drink. I don't drink. I don't drink. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So thank you so much, and yay to Recovery Month. And if you can take anything away from this video, it is because I'm a parent, this is the piece for me. Talk to your kids. If you don't know how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, reach out to somebody who can give you some tips. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, whether it be my Facebook page or email. Like, I kind of put it all out there. So it's very important to just kind of touch base with your kids. Don't make them afraid to come and have a chat with you about the pressures and just you know, dealing with life and the pressures that their peers will place on them. Or hey, guess what, reality is your kid might be the one who's pressuring somebody else. I think we always talk about those outside influences. What if your kid is the outside influence? That's very possible. Like, don't ever think that they might not be, because they could. They really could. So have those conversations with your kids, because that's where it starts. That's absolutely where it starts. And always let them know that you're open to having conversations with them, and not in a sense of, how could you do that? And what were you thinking? And you're in trouble, you're grounded. But thank you for coming to me, and having just kind of open dialogue regarding those things. And that's kind of where it all begins. And there's no shame. There's no shame. The shame has to stop. Like, this is happening every day, every day, every day. So talk to your kids. Thanks a lot, guys. Happy Recovery Month.